Hello, it's me, John, and I am doing something that often fills me with fear. You've seen me do it before, um, and that is walking down a high street and recording myself. And it feels like, well, it's kind of a theme of my life, right? Maybe of all our lives, is facing our fears. Let me show you the Amble High Street where we are for the week. It's quite a beautiful little town and high street, and this takes us down towards the sea. Um, what I'd like to do is be out in the sunshine. That would be fantastic. And there is some sunshine out, but it's I don't think we'll get to it until we get down to the sea. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of reflection. Yesterday's video was all about well, many subjects. It included reflecting and receiving. I had some more reflections. They feel quite embryonic at the moment. One is that I could help people in sports with energy healing. I don't know if it's been something that's been tried before. Um, well, I suspect it has. It feels like ancient wisdom. I know that when my energy is clear, I can do everything in my life much better, and including running. So that was one reflection. The other is the healing aspect of energy healing and perhaps working with, collaborating with, or at least doing podcasts with uh, doctors, people in the medical profession, perhaps who have opened their minds to complementary therapies. So that was, oh yay, sunshine. That was one reflection also. And the other is, I was thinking about um, Wild Wednesdays. Wild Wednesdays seem like a really funny idea, and what this is often on a Wednesday night. I have more uh, capacity, like free time, and I love the idea of trying something like going on an adventure every Wednesday, even if it's not exactly every Wednesday. But it's one thing that Patch and I definitely enjoy is getting away. The other side of it is it's getting cold now. I think it's about 2 degrees Celsius now, and so it's warming up a little bit as the sun's come up. Um, and I do feel that I could do a lot more in my journey uh, with the freedom that I've gained and the fact that I do have a beautiful uh, camper van and a beautiful location. Let's just go around this way. Saves Patch and I having to step over the barrier. Um, so yeah, I'd probably just explore maybe local areas. I might go further afield. Um, I mean, there's tons of magical places to stay within an hour of where I live. But I feel it's funny. I'd never really kind of put two and two together. You know, perhaps there could be a work benefit to it, and that would be to, um, go to places, perform some healing there, perhaps do some channeling, connect with the land and the whole area, and then and also just share the content, right? Like I feel really funny things go through my mind. One is um, I, I always run during the week. And so that means if you go for a 4 5 mile run, no matter how, uh, little you sweat. I definitely sweat a lot when I run. And so um, I always want to have a shower afterwards. And of course, showers take a lot of energy. We don't have any gas on um, in our van. So come on, Patch. So I'd have to heat electrically, and that takes a lot of power. So I don't know. This feels like a good problem for me to try and solve. And either I could brave having cold showers. It'd be really cold because the water tank's outside. So if it's 2 degrees outside, it would be a 2 degree shower, 2 degrees Celsius. So not so sure about that. Let's get into Harbour Pitch. Looks like the tide's out. Anyway, this is a rabbit hole, right? That's a hobby for me to figure out. Isn't it beautiful here? So during the day, definitely the weekends, there's these little huts that open up. And there's one that sells like ice creams, there's a boat shed gallery. And this place is a fish center hatchery, so it must be for lobsters. And yeah, there's a cafe here as well. And there's loads of geese. All squawking away. They must be getting ready to head south for the winter. Come on, Patch. Patch just loves all the smells here. And a few years ago, I remember I felt like I should be out playing music more, and so I came down here with my guitar and played just in front of that where that white fan is. Patch likes it here because you can get dog ice cream and stuff, which he quite likes. And yeah, this is really beautiful. This is a river heading out to sea, to the North Sea. Just stunning. I need to watch Patch because he'll wee on everything, including like lobster pots and stuff, which I don't know about you, but if I enjoy lobster, I don't want my dog to wee in it. Just down here, I don't know if the zoom will work, but just here, looking a bit grainy, is the Warwick Castle. And Warwick is, it describes itself as like the home of Archangel Michael. It just seems really cool. It's like, yeah, we should all have towns and then have archangels associated with them. Why not? So there's a wee harbour. Wow, my left hand is getting really cold. I'm glad the sun's out. So yeah, that was 3 reflections I had. Yesterday we had an amazing day. We went out to Warwick, and you saw the photos. We went for a lovely walk down at the riverside, and also we found this really cool. We'll call it park up, a place you could park your van overnight, and it was a free long stay, not that far away from town, maybe just 5 minutes walk. And it's incredible, right? You just realize that there's tons of these places out there that you can make the most of if you just take the time to explore. Oh, that's really strange. I thought I had gloves. I have no gloves. So that was really cool. Yeah, we went for nature walks. We walked around the riverside, and then you come up back through the castle, which is really cool. And really enjoyed the castle walk. It's a really beautiful area. Morning. So yeah, that was a lot of fun, and we went for an incredible meal afterwards. And I had like this mushroom. What's it called? Like forest garlic mushrooms, I think, on sourdough toast, and it was just lovely. Yeah, this is a really beautiful cafe, Lily's Landing. It's such a beautiful area. Yeah, so then we headed back, and we were watching this TV show about it's like a TV drama series about morning. It was about a jewelry thief, I guess. It was called Joan. Apparently, it's based on a true story, so that was very interesting. Let's take a look at this view again. And then we spent, there's definitely a lot of hours, although we were active for a good few hours in the day, there's also a lot of hours of resting, and I really, really enjoy that. Helped me reflect. I did Oh yeah, I was going to share this really odd experience of, so I released my 158th album yesterday, and when I got to my music publishing platform, it's called um, DistroKid. When I got there, I realized I hadn't released the last album. I'd put it on YouTube, but I hadn't released it to Spotify and everything else. And that surprised me. It's like, oh, I've not released the album 157. So I did that first, and even though our internet's like pretty slow, and let's see the boats down there. We'll just head back, so I'm getting cold. So yeah, we so I released that, and then later on in the day, I got the chance to release the 158th. Um, it was so funny. It was kind of like this moment of, oh, I forgot to release an album. I'll just do it now. And how do I describe that? I describe that that emotion as just deep gratitude for the experience of being able to create in such abundance. Like I just feel so blessed to be able to create all the time. Um, so many songs, 2,500 odd songs. And come on, Patch. What are you doing, Patch? He's sniffing around. I don't know what he's doing. Come on. I think he's just sniffing a lot of exciting things. He's stopping to see what you're doing. I don't know. I don't know. Come on. Sometimes I think he's like looking for the perfect place to stop and wee or poo. Maybe that's like my journey in uh, the pursuit of the perfect song. There's no such thing, right? Um, so yeah, just reflecting on my musical journey, and I also shared today the first song on my first album, and it's called "In Love with Life," and I'd released it on like mid-January, like the 14th of January 2018. So that was just a few months after my awakening. Um, so that was just a really powerful experience. And I think it's a really good song. Come on, Patch. Come on, buddy. So yeah, I might share some more memories. I remember my son was asking me yesterday about whether I'd done um, morning if I'd released like all my songs in one video, and I said, well, the most I've done is the a 10-hour video, 10 hours of John Binnie songs. I'm not even sure what albums are in it, but it was really fun. And when I watched it back, my son was saying, what's the average watch time for that video? And the average watch time was 3.5 hours, which shocked me because I think I post a lot of the album videos, and um, I can see many people just think it's like one song. So I always say like 13 songs. Um, so it is what it is. It's a beautiful experience. I also reflected with gratitude on the 670,000 views that my channel's had since I started it over 14 years ago. And when I first started it, it wasn't it wasn't focused on music, although I did upload some of my songs back then, just after YouTube started. I think that's more than 14 years ago. Sorry, my hand's getting really cold. Let me swap hands. Oh, I have no idea if that's going to help. So cold, Patch, come on. So yeah, really grateful for all those songs, and of course, my world record, which I got in 2022 when I had, oh, now I've forgotten the number. Oh, 110 albums, that's right. So back at 110 albums, I got the world record for the most albums digitally released. And then I think maybe like a year later, or 6 months or a year later, and I wasn't aware this had happened, that someone else beat that record and can't remember when I found out. I think I was like in album 130. And it's like I just can't be bothered um, going through the. It took months to go through the submission process, and it's like I'm just going to keep writing albums. So anyway, good luck to everyone that chooses to beat that record. It's not why I do the music, but it was a fun experience anyway. So I'm stopping for patch. Um, yeah, what else has been going on? What other gratitude did I have? Yeah, the 2,500 songs, really grateful for, and just channeling all those messages. I feel like a big part of it is a journey where Patch always wanders off after he does this. He's still there, Patch, he's still there. Um, Sorry if I accidentally caught that on camera. Real life, living the dream. Yeah, so I feel like I'm gradually making my way to today's meditation message. And there's a bin near here, Patch. And in today's message, it was really powerful. I found it hard. Well, it's always hard to fit into just, here's the bin, Patch. It's hard to fit into just um, 1 minute, but I feel that's a helpful exercise for me because I hear also that they made YouTube shorts um, up to 3 minutes or something. It's like, no, I need to it's great being able to do it in 1 minute because it helps focus my mind. Anywho, the message was about uh, unlocking inner wisdom, he says as he flips the camera on himself. So the way I saw this was, at first I was shown these places outside of us, which I found really, really fascinating. So imagine like a giant, library or palace, and I saw it like some sort of like floating museum, library, palace building in the sky. That's how it's shown to me, and that you think, oh, I bet this place has like loads of ancient wisdom I can tap into, and the reality is, I was then shown that all that wisdom was mine, and that what I've been doing is gathering it over many lifetimes and keeping it in this place, which is really cool. And just show you this on the high street as we walk past. So as I was keeping this, gathering this wisdom, I was like, oh, I wonder how you access this, because accessing the ancient knowledge, ancient wisdom feels like something that is a very precious thing, like a real honor to be able to do. Um, and so I asked, like, how's that possible? And my guide said, well, it's a frequency match, John. So there's a frequency match between your current frequency and you unlock. So at my current vibration, I unlock, different aspects like hallways and corridors and rooms and vaults of wisdom. It's like, oh, that's so cool. And I asked a bit more. I've had some awareness of this before about where do all John Binnie's songs come from. At the moment, over 2,500 songs. And I have some awareness that some of my songs come from previous lifetimes in Andromeda, and that I stored the songs in Andromeda. So that's kind of cool, right? That you have ancient wisdom, and then or messages, and then you store it somewhere, and then you and then you access it later in a later life. And there's what I also love about that is like awareness, like how to describe it, multi-lifetime consciousness, awareness. So there's past life versions of me alive right now, being able to access this timeline this lifetime, like having awareness of me at least. Hello, other memes, and then purposefully, with purpose and intention, storing this knowledge so that we can access it later, and that's so cool. Uh, do all my songs come from there? I don't think so. Do I create some? Yes, yes, I do. So yeah, there's like a whole range of um, aspects to this, but I love this aspect of ancient knowledge. The other fascinating thing about me, me, is I have I have had strong resistance and now less resistance. Beautiful archway there. To yeah, resistance to learning like traditional knowledge. I feel like it's ironic as a teacher. You know, I teach so many things in my higher self training courses and in my one-to-one classes that um, for me, I always want to be doing. Like, I want to learn on the job. I love the self-discovery, and I love this theme. If it didn't come across clearly with ancient knowledge and ancient wisdom, is that I love connecting with the answers within, and it's a really fascinating journey. Once you've got many answers to many things in your life, and it's how I kind of currently feel. You know, like, who are aliens? What are they doing here? What happens in the future? Like, you can ask yourself all these questions. And then I also experienced this interesting phenomena where I kind of don't know the next questions to ask. So if you have a question about anything in reality, life, the universe, and everything, please do ask in the comments, and I'll add it to a list of questions for me to answer. But yeah, the theme for me, and somewhat my resistance to being taught by others, is that I love this vision quest like discovery, exploration discovery, where you you know you receive the question. So you could describe at the start of this video, I spoke about receiving the question of, you know, could I help people in sport, or you know, with health and fitness, with my energy healing and other work. So that's one question, right? And then you go out on the job and explore and try these things out and do some collaborations, maybe do some sessions with people and try it out and see what happens. So I think that's really fun. And I feel when I learn that way, I feel really good. And there's absolutely this kind of rebel in me, which is, you know, counter to traditional wisdom or institutionalized teaching. You know, I want to discover things in a fun, fabulous, free flowing way, and not just be taught, you know, a series of steps to do without really understanding how that all works. So, you know, I like to learn to experience. Trying to get run over on the pavement, or sidewalk, as many of you call it. So yeah, that's why was I sharing all this? Yeah, it's just my journey of I feel like of gratitude and of accessing. You know, gratitude is a fantastic vibration to be in. I'm so grateful, even though I have a cold hand, to be taking you on this journey and enjoying this beautiful walk with you and Patch. He's loving it. Good 30-minute walk in the morning. I've already been out for a 5 a.m. run, but this is fun too. And yeah, from gratitude, a place of gratitude, you know, reflecting on ancient wisdom, looking within, looking for the answers, the questions first of all, and then the answers, and the exploration, trying new things, face my fears. I must admit, whenever people had to turn this around, whenever people see me doing this, I'm walking down the street and have my phone, I just pretend in my mind that I'm doing a video call. Hello, everybody. And so whenever people see what I'm doing, I just look down at the camera, and then it becomes much easier for me to pretend to myself. And you know what? Is it the worst thing in the world to just look down at your camera when you're vlogging as you walk around? No. And I feel like, just like my gradual progression out of the corporate life that took a couple of years, you know, when you're scared of something, just try and be a little bit brave, and then a little bit more brave, and just keep going. So yeah, we're just coming up on our holiday house, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm sending so much love from England. Take care.